All right, welcome to the show again. Another day we are going to dissect and also bisect the current status of our country. All right, so I just want to have a quick review or discussion of the Mandamano 2025, that's June. And there is some report from KTN vindicating people from the government, how they were planning to spread propaganda and also kill the youths or attack the protesters. And actually it happens last week, and I had a video over the same. But the main thing I want to look at here today is the report from NIS. NIS, that's National Intelligence Service. Kenya is one of the worst intelligence service that is not briefing the president or the government what is truly going on. They have become political instead of being a political. NIS should be a political, or they should be trying to advise the president where necessary. So if NIS was being truthful and giving the truth to the president, they should not be political in such a way that they should advise or give the exact information of what's going on in a country like Kenya right now. They should be open and tell the president, currently what's going on is that your regime has failed and the people or the citizens don't want you. And the more you use force, the more you put your government in a very bad position, which can lead to a revolution. So instead, they're being used as a propaganda machine, which also they can be used as a propaganda machine, but in a way that is beneficial to the country. But right now, they are trying to be used against the protesters simply because there is a huge call that most people are going to protest on Wednesday, that's June 25. There is a lot of things going on in the country, a lot of preparation. The youths have stood up and they are ready for the day. They are saying Wednesday is Wednesday, so everybody is ready for Wednesday for the remembrance of the people who died. But now yesterday there was a report that came from the NIS saying that they have received information that there was because the war in Iran, there is going to be bombing of people during the protesting. So I think that's one of the worst propaganda that I've ever heard from a very good intelligence service that is supposed to be, even when you give the information, you should give information which is credible and which is making sense. And even when you are trying to have propaganda all over, you should pick something that can make sense. So now telling us that Kenya will be bombed because there's war in Iran is not making sense. So the NIS is being used right now. You know that Nuruddin Haji is working for the government and is doing everything for the government. And so the reason why they are trying to send that propaganda is that they want to send fear to the youths who are ready. The NIS is sending the propagandist voice out there so that the youths can be afraid of getting out for that day of remembering the people, the youths, the Gen Z who were killed during last year demonstration. So there's a call up that the youths might have gathered the courage, confidence, and they're ready and they're very brave to go through the parliament where people were shot, to remember that period when the people were shot at the parliament buildings, and they'll be on their way to State House, the house in the hill. So I don't know how is that going to be possible, and that's why I have read a lot of reports whereby the bloggers of the government they are now sending fear out there, saying, oh, you know, the state house is a protected area. They're even mentioning the constitution. But if you ask them which article of the constitution saying that state house is a protected area, actually they don't have. Of course, it's a risk affair when people be going to the state house, but someone should not mention that it is in the constitution. I don't have that information that there is that law in the constitution. The other thing is about this propaganda from NIS. So NIS is trying also to send fear for youth not to come out and protest. So I think that is the worst thing that the government can think of, that you are using terror machine to send fear to your people. You are using terror, terrorists to send fear to your citizens. So not only that people will be afraid of during the protesting, what if people start being afraid of their country, that they are not able to handle the whatever they are calling the terror. And I think for me, and I want people to record this, I think the government might come up with some explosives and say that there was a terror attack and we had warned. So the government want to use that one as an excuse so that they can even throw some grenade to the protesters and burn some building and say there was an attack from terrorists. Mark my word, I think that's the plan the government is planning to do. They want to do some funny things so that people can be afraid that there was an attack in our country by the terrorists, so that they refuse to come out again because of the fear of people being attacked. Yes. So the other thing, there was a report about the last week goons and the plan in the next week. There's a mention of a lady called Antonella Kakuko, she has become very, very arrogant, and I saw sending a message or saying that people, if you want to go to the state house, be ready to die. And that's also one of the propagandist machine that is sent outside there so that the people, the youths, can be afraid. The only thing youth want to do is to remember the people who were killed last year and most of them who were abducted. So there was also this this MP called Kamketi, who said they want to send the bandits to Nairobi so that they can kill the protesters to protect the Ruto's regime. So that one should be used as an evidence that the issue we have in Kenya about bandits, the killing of our police in northern part of Kenya, Kamketi, one time he was during the Uhuru and Matiang'i leadership, they wanted to arrest this guy because they were very aware he was the one who was behind the banditry in the northern part of Kenya. So this is one of the evidence that Kenyans should see that the banditry is very strong in northern part of Kenya, simply because the people like Kamketi are benefiting from that one. All the meat which are being sold in Nairobi, they are coming from the banditry. That's the northern part of Kenya. So I hope everybody is seeing this one. So he said it's not going to hire these bandits, it's going to send these bandits to Nairobi, and I'm telling you the youths are ready. So, and this one should be used as an evidence in the court of law that the man is the one who has been promoting the banditry, which has killed so many policemen or men in uniform in our country. So there was also a mention of Sakaja and Gaucho. So they are using the resources, Nairobi resources, to pay goons so that they can also attack the protesters. And there was also another lady who was mentioned called Elizabeth Waithera. So who is in charge of recruitment of these goons. So the information comes from Farouk. From Farouk, it goes down as an order to Sakaja. Then Sakaja is the one who cooperates with Gaucho together with Elizabeth and Antonella so that they can be able to recruit the goons. So that's my take and that's my understanding. Let's see. So the main thing I want you to mark my words is that the government might end up throw some grenade somewhere or pretend to having some terrorist attack in Kenya and blame it to the war in Iran, and thereby saying it's not secure for the Kenyans to come out. So that's my take. Thank you so much. You can subscribe to my channel. My channel is The Miner Show. Thank you for watching and also leaving a comment. Bye.